Capstone. He will be given 12 to 15 minutes to expose, summarize his paper. Then you are all invited to ask questions. Before that, Francis will lead us in prayer. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Let us pray together. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Heavenly Father,
Let us be gracious to realize that things have a price and can be for sale, but the human person has dignity, that is priceless and worth far more than things. Also enable us to recognize that man has prideful due to be and an object of love and not an object of use. Help us to understand human dignity, extend to the rest of creation, with its call to join in praising you. We make this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Once more, welcome. My capstone was about, I was figuring out what is human person. And I did that one using human person according to Josef Wojtyla, who is also known as Pope John Paul II. So, welcome. According to my outline, I'm going to present the purpose, the scope, limitation of the study, major influence of John Paul's idea of man, the characteristics of person which John Paul brought about to kind of give us the idea of who is a person, then being and having as a human person, then the conclusion. With my purpose, scope, and the limitation of the study, what was it, or what is it? My paper is an exposition of the nature of a human person, based on works of late John Paul, as I already told you, that I explored John Paul, answered the questions, what does it mean to be a person? And that was what I was trying to figure out, what is it to be a person, or human being. I focused mostly on his philosophical works, the acting person, person and community, selected essays, love and responsibility. Then I went ahead with his understanding of man according to his encyclicals, whereby I checked on encyclicals like Dignitatis Humanae, Redemptor Hominis, Dives Misericordia, Laborem Exercens. All of these were giving me some ideas on whom did John Paul, being kind of given more of the ideas from the other philosophers like Kant, Descartes, Aquinas, and Wojtyla. Be given all those ideas. What did they come about to define a human being as, or a human person as? He appropriated his definition with personhood about Wojtyla and concurred to Aquinas that a person is an individual substance of rational nature. So, how did he get influenced, or how was he influenced by these philosophers I've just told you? This is how he was influenced. His understanding of person started with Wojtyla, Aquinas, and he was influenced, obviously influenced by Descartes' idea of consciousness and Kant's concept of man being consciousness, concept of freedom, of man being considered always as an end, never as a mere means. But what differentiates John Paul from like his understanding of human personhood is because he joined philosophy and theology in his works. That's how he came about with the understanding of human person. From all those other philosophers joining to bring about his theology, he brought about the meaning of human person. Human person is incomprehensible to himself, that he won't be able to understand himself, because it's only through love human person will be able to know who is loved, who she is loving, or how he can be loved back. Love for John Paul is not an abstract idea, but it always is an action which comes about. It has to be expressed. It has to express love itself. Like our father in the family sacrifices, leaves the family, goes to go and work to be able to support the family. It's out of love. Father does all kinds of stuff to be able to support the family. With that characteristic is responsible person. Human being is responsibility always, it's directed by love. And whenever you're able to love, that love is given back to you. And that's what being responsible, John Paul brings about that. Once you love, as a father does, or as the married couples, that love is reciprocal and is able to be given back to each and every one of you. And that's being responsible to each person. Human being only are not required by reason not to destroy or squander natural resources, but to use them wisely with restraints for the future generations. But because if you're not responsible and use things wisely, which means the future generation, you won't have anything to look forward for, because everything you have squandered, or everything you have squandered already. So through responsibility, we are able to use things wisely. With the influence of Kant, John Paul asserts that we are free if we are able to follow the moral law, willfully subject ourselves to the command of reason. That through, as an example I just given of the father, he's able to give himself totally to the family through his reason, because he has that responsibility to do that, and reason has directed him to do such kind of things. Then, as just I've said, responsibility is just a consequence of action. It's through action I'll be able to be responsible, like for the family, and I exercise my will. Human being as being and having. What does he have? John Paul points out that human person gets to know himself more deeply in relation with others, and realizes that we are called to live and coexist with others in community. John Paul believes we are in fact being with and for others, that in relation we get to know each other very well, we get to explore or to get to know ourselves. Man's social life finds its clearest and concrete expression by engaging in labor, thus serve others, which enhances our dignity, as I've just said. Through relation and doing whatever, any action of doing anything you're doing, you're able to enhance. Human being is able to enhance his dignity. John Paul states that a person is more valuable for what she is than for what she has. Or even though material advances can supply human progress, but of themselves alone can never actually bring it about. Because most of the time nowadays, human being is being counted as how much money she has or money he has. And that was, John Paul is kind of trying to refute that. Not what the person has, but how the person is through that it's not through the material, whatever the person has, but John Paul states that person is more valuable for what she is, that what the person is, than what he has. And she is able to, the authenticity of a human person is being able to love and to share. The conclusion. Wojtyla sought reasons in philosophy to better understand human beings and worked for the renewal of human dignity, illuminated and supported by Christian faith. That through faith, John Paul was able to better understand the meaning of human person. His philosophy he used philosophy as instrument, not as an end, to elucidate on the question of human being, nature and reality of the person. His philosophical works were reflected on personal interiority, as I spoke before.